Hey everyone, and welcome to the very first edition of the Driver Broadcast. The broadcast is our new video newsletter directly for our driver team. We wanted to make this as a video so that we could provide more detail and speak directly from the team who is here to provide support for our drivers. Our goal is to keep these videos to about 10 minutes overall and get them out once a month. Please note that as a publicly traded company, the items discussed in this call are highly confidential and should not be shared with anyone outside of Waitr Holdings. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Today, we are going to give a quick introduction to the Driver Experience Group, discuss the upcoming Share Thanksgiving campaign, shine a few spotlights on a few of our most awesome drivers, answer some tough questions, and then end the call by asking for feedback from the driver team. My name is Chris Barnes, and I am the director of the Driver Experience Group and the MC of today's call. And I'm lucky to have a team of 7 who together are all drivers all day, 24/7. The main responsibilities of our team is managing driver recruitment, new hire onboarding, and most importantly, the driver experience. This is where we really need to hear directly from you and to ensure that we are using your feedback to improve the driver position for everyone. Please be aware that we are speaking to the drivers at both Waitr and Bite Squad right now. We have almost the identical amount of drivers between the two companies, so we are a true 50-50 team. As much as possible, we want to isolate the best items between the two brands and use them to build one amazing family. A perfect example is Share Thanksgiving, a program that Waitr has run for the last 2 years that is now being brought to Bite Squad this year as well. To speak more on this, I want to welcome Emily Smith.
Hey everyone! Over the past few weeks, you've likely been hearing about Share Thanksgiving. To recap, Share Thanksgiving is our yearly program to give back to our market communities by providing warm Thanksgiving meals to our neighbors in need. It's a hands-on way to get involved in our communities and to partner with our neighbors to build a better future. The first year, we delivered 1,000 meals. The second year, 2,000. This year, we have some big dreams. We want to provide 4,000 meals for families in need, along with 4,000 notes of encouragement and resources to help them connect with help they may need after Thanksgiving. In addition, we want to engage at least 15% of Waitr and Bite Squad teammates in our market communities in volunteering. To reach those goals, we'll need everybody on board. There are 2 key ways you can get involved. We'll be delivering Thanksgiving meals in 50 markets around the country. If you live near one of those markets, you can sign up to be the face of Waitr and Bite Squad to deliver a meal to a neighbor in need. But that's not all. Because we're one big nationwide team, we wanted to make sure that more people had a chance to get involved, not just the people in those 50 markets. So, to expand our reach, we've partnered with United Way to provide volunteer opportunities in every market we could this season. You definitely don't want to miss out. Whether you deliver meals to families in need or volunteer at one of our events, you'll be making an impact in your community and growing together as a team. Special shout out to the Tampa area, Sarasota, and Baton Rouge for providing these pictures today. So today I have a challenge for you. It takes just a moment to complete, but will have a huge impact on our market communities. As soon as you finish this meeting, head to tinyurl.com/sharetg to find an event near you and sign up. I can't wait to volunteer with you. Let's go build community together.
Thanks, Emily. We're so appreciative of your efforts in organizing such an important campaign. Next up, we have our first driver spotlight section. We want to take this time to highlight just a few of our brightest stars within the driver team. First up, we want to welcome Kat Rigo, our market manager in Montgomery, Alabama, who will be shining a spotlight on James Kriske.
It's easy to see without James, our market would not be what it is today. He started his journey with us back in January 2018, and since then he's been a key part to our team's success. James is great at keeping people smiling and the team engaged. He can always be found in Discord, whether it's discussing his love for sushi or encouraging a driver on their first shift. Without his passion, our market would not be the same. He even founded the Montgomery Event Committee, which has enabled us to get involved and give back on a local level. Kevin and I are grateful that he continues to volunteer his time and resources to maintain the Waitr family environment everyone here in Montgomery has come to love. We're definitely blessed with the best.
Wow, thanks, Kat, and thanks, James. Next up, we have Charlene Bruder, our market manager in Eau Claire, Wisconsin, who will be spotlighting Devin Schuld.
Devin joined Bite Squad in June. It was a memorable interview, not only because we learned that we were both from the same small town in Wisconsin, who we each have moved more than 200 miles from in opposite directions, but because Devin was so excited to begin the next challenges in his life. Recently, Devin actually discovered that his dad and I graduated high school together. What a small world. Devin immediately became a customer and restaurant favorite. He was a team player who was professional, punctual, reliable, and dependable. Once the lead driver position became available in Eau Claire, Devin was a top candidate. Since his promotion, Devin has exceeded all expectations. He is often inquiring how he can pave his path forward within the company. I am Devin's biggest cheerleader for his advancement at Bite Squad.
Thanks, Charlene. Those are only a few of our most amazing drivers, and I look forward to highlighting even more as we proceed. The next section is something that we want to do on all broadcasts moving forward, and that's end with some tough questions answered. These are questions about deep company items that can affect the driver experience. So I want to start by welcoming Lydia Janis to the line. Lydia is the brains behind the driver broadcast, and she'll be managing the tough questions section.
Thanks, Chris. We think it's important to always take time on these broadcasts to update everyone on high-level items that impact your experience. At the end of this call, we'll be asking you all to provide feedback and more questions that we'll use for future broadcasts. That being said, let's dive in.
All right, bring it on.
What's up with recent app outages? Has the problem been fixed?
Unfortunately, we have had a couple app outages within both brands during October. This is really a nightmare for everyone, as our drivers, our restaurants, our staff, and our customers all essentially become cut off all at once. Awful. I can confirm that the causes of these issues have been found and resolved, and we're confident that we're stable moving forward. That said, we are a tech company, and there could be outages. I mean, even Google, Facebook have outages from time to time. But what's most important of all is how we act when we face challenges. The biggest takeaway for me is that having proper 911 communication systems is key. We've had multiple meetings internally to confirm that if and when this ever happens again, we're poised to have communications go out to the drivers right away and are ready to provide ongoing communications until everything's resolved.
When can we expect updates to the driver app in general?
So we recently had what we call a driver dinner in Lafayette, and that was to pick the brains of our lead drivers and tablet techs and get as much feedback as we could. One piece of feedback that came up was that our drivers were hoping to see some improvements and enhancements to the app, ranging from GPS mapping, maybe random bugs, or even just the user experience in general. That feedback was really helpful for us to hear, and we took that feedback directly to our technology team and are working with them to find ways to improve the experience. On the Waitr end, one item that's being worked on is moving our clock-ins out of Humanity and into the app itself. This will help with tracking payroll, displaying hours within the app, and even increasing the amount of funds available to be pulled from daily pay. That update is set to begin in 2020, and as we get closer, we'll have a ton of communication for the team. We're also in the process of setting up more driver dinners in other cities to ensure that we are hearing exactly what is most important to our drivers and taking that feedback to the right teams within the company.
We heard that some Waitr and Bite Squad cities are closing. Will that happen in my city next?
I'm glad this was asked. So as you may have read, between Bite Squad and Waitr, we are in the process of closing in certain cities. This is really disappointing, but it's also something that I want to talk about openly with the driver team. On a high level, these markets that are closing were generally among our smallest. And between a more competitive landscape and just the simple fact that some markets proved more difficult to grow in, we had to make this tough decision for the overall health of the company. Unfortunately, these cities simply weren't profitable. But closing these cities is not a reflection on the performance of the individuals or the teams in these areas. We valued everyone's efforts and enthusiasm, and I want to thank the drivers who are staying on to help us transition these cities to close, ensuring we provide excellent customer service right down to that very last order. I also want to specifically thank the restaurant partners we work with in each of these cities, as they believed in us and supported us along the way. For the cities staying open, we are committed to providing even more attention as we continue to grow these markets and fight off the competition. So again, closing a city is terrible, but we made the decision to close all these cities at once to avoid the need to have to do this again in the future. Well, that's it, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the driver broadcast, and remember that we do plan to continue these monthly moving forward, and we want to hear from you. What did you like? What didn't you like? Do you have any great feedback or stories to share in general? Email us anytime at driverfeedback@waiterapp.com, and we'll be using your feedback as the foundation of future broadcasts moving forward. All right, thanks, everybody.